I think I might start doing a practice run. Or I start streaming. Might be better. Fair enough. Fair enough. Indeed. Well, Metroids have as a whole, and have an element of RNG to it. But it's a lot easier to control Metroids than it is the Queen. Fuck, I forgot to roll. It probably is, alas. I don't think so. Let's see. Looking at that and thinking about it for a minute, I don't think it is. It's probably just the Metroids being, you know... They're just bitch. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah. Well, if no body was shown, that's good, I guess? I have not a clue. I mean, it's always a possibility that and maybe they do, though, because there are certain gammas you have to lure over, and you don't necessarily need to jump up. You can just move to the left a little bit or move to the right a little bit with you. So maybe. Always a possibility. That was fucking awful. I can't believe I did that. Yay for overall poor alpha fight. I hope I get trolled by the select glitch. Honestly. Alright. Time for the Metroids. For some reason, though, my biggest hatred comes with the Phase 1 Metroid. Everywhere else I can deal with them pretty well and not hate them. Except Phase 1. The Spider Ball Troll. Nervous there. Didn't think I was gonna make that platform. Right. Alright. See where we come out of. I'm gonna guess about a second. Yeah. Roughly a second. That's fine. Bye. Shit. Alright. We're gonna stupidly go for something coming up here that may or may not actually have an influence. Do I go for it? Do I go for it? Do I go for it? Screw it. I made it again! Fuck yeah! That was... Not only went for it, but we got it. Puts me at a slight disadvantage health-wise, but... if the Metroid doesn't, you know, like, fuck me over, all will be well. I think it was worth it, though. If this Metroid gives me a bad time, then things might not be as okay as I would like them to. Really, that wasn't a lot of trouble with that one. Alright. That was slightly sloppy, but slightly sloppy. I like alliteration. Yeah. This time, the faith with 99% less Assassin's Creed. That was bad. Well, could be worse. Could be worse. Alright. Alright. Well, time for the start of the gamma. My least favorite part. Seriously. Fuck the gammas. Fuck the gamma. Nothing is more irritating to me. Except, you know, the fact that I don't know how fast falling works. Yeah. So, I guess they, like, second. Alright. Damn. One fucking missile. Look at this Metroid. I don't think this Metroid will go terribly poorly. Alright, with the end of Phase 2, we mark the start of what I've started calling the Gamma Gauntlet. Mostly because, as earlier, I like it. And that's really what it is. Shit. Right, let's minimize the amount. Well, this is the technical too. Alright, JC. Thanks for dropping by. Thank you for the luck. Always appreciate it. Alright. Anyways. Talking about Phase 3. So I've jokingly started calling it the Gamma Gauntlet. Short answer, there are more Gamma Metroids in Phase 3 than I ever want to see in a particular section. Moment. And B. There is no B. Shit ton more Gamma Metroid could ever be in one particular. But then again, when you enter Phase 5, and all the lol, I'm going over my word. Articulate what I'm saying. Anyways. Why the fuck did I morph? Anyways. Phase 5 has three gammas too. And that's all that's in that. 3 gamma. Well, 3 zetas as well, but you know what I meant. More of a reference to the number of gammas. Anyway. Correct. That was a sloppy jump. The fuck was that? And that was my controller unplugging it. Oh well. Potential for phase 3. Except when you do that. Alright. Gamma number 1 in 6, 7. Right now, phase 3 is majority collecting items, but we argued that every phase has that. That worked out perfectly. I think I might actually Shenzhen button. Make a save state. This is 5 and 6. I think the end of, like, the very end of somewhat decent, but I might phases 5 and 6. Priority is phase 6. Or not phase 6, phase 5. Shit, why the fuck am I stopping? That horrible luck. Actually, I need to stop, honestly. I might go through a minute tomorrow. Do a practice run. Make all my states and be done with it. And I suppose if I need states, I don't think that not to mention, I would argue, health, especially given my personality, it'd probably you'd more likely see me practicing individually rather than individual. That's kind of become my backup for that. I can't spider ball to the bomb block. I will just damage jump with continue damage. Bomb explodes and I can get into the crevice passageway. The ventilation shaft there. Probably way too early to jump, but shit! Twice now. Runs in a row. But at least I've been getting this. This is the important. Alright, a Metroid version 3. That was a really good Metroid. Arguably, that's what's optimal. As far as it should at least somewhat look like. Alright. Tomorrow's going to be streaming from the usual time to like fucking 6 o'clock tomorrow. Saturday morning. What purpose? Hey, just do a shit ton of Metroid 2 runs. Because I have the time. See. Why not? Tired as fuck Saturday. But for some reason. Need this Metroid to go well. Whoa! Damn it, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it! That was... absolutely flawless, as my dear friend Fred says on many occasions. I wish I would have gotten that sound clip. I would get a good... But alas... I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Always appreciate it. And thank you for the luck. This is probably the last run I'm gonna do, but thank you for... May the odds be ever in my... Failed quote from... Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Always appreciate it. That was sloppy. Admittedly. Oh well. Alright, so, now that that gamma's down, we have one more gamma in Phase 3, or Phase 4. Apologies. And this fucker is so far out of the way. I hate him so. Luckily, he's on the way to... This takes forever to get to said Metroid. Alright. That was bad, but it works. I hope, really hope the rest of my run goes. Even if it doesn't, seeing that gold split on Phase 3 really does wonders. Wow. Dedicate. Sweet. Broke even on that one. Even with the mistakes. I made a couple of them, but I broke even with my PB, so as far as time. Still 17 strong seconds ahead. Going to be absolutely fucking awful. See if I can swing this. Sweet. Flawless. That could have been better. Alright, let's see how this Zeta goes. I hope the Zeta goes smooth. That would suck. Losing all this time to one Metroid. Sweet! That was a great Metroid still. I got shot with a fireball, but fuck yeah. That was a swimming Metroid. Prepared for the worst. That was, best case scenario. Don't get damaged. You can mash 20 missiles into it. Stun lock him for 20. Middle scenario is that, what you just saw. And the worst case scenario, bad scenario is you have to reset the room. Swoops early, fireballs you early on. Reset the room. Worst case. Shit duck, the runs go. I am 103. I'm getting mid 103 on average, which is really good. And then the pace I'm on, or was on, is pretty good too. It's actually amazing. Except that Metroid completely fucked everything. But yes, runs are going smoothly. Quite well. I'm gearing up to, in a few days, prepare an exhibition video for submission. Indeed. I would rather, as much as I like to say, and I like to boost up that I'm gonna bop Empty Eye, that's just kind of the morale boost. As long as I'm consistent with decent time, I am solid. If I can stay under 104, honestly, I would be completely satisfied to drop this game right now and move on to something else. So, but alas, there's stuff that's coming up. I like the consistency is actually gonna help. It is because SDGQ submissions open up. And I used to care a lot about PB. Honestly, PBs used to be integral to me, but after having stopped running this game and coming back to it, I just kind of realized, you know, I have a lot of fun with this game. I shouldn't let the fact that I have a red split run the entire thing bother me. Because one of the things I used to believe is that red splits, which is a curse because splits mean absolutely nothing in the end, but I used to think that anything in the red was bad. I've come to the realization over the past 4 or so months that, you know, red isn't always necessarily the bad thing. As long as you're having fun with it. That's kind of where I had to come back. is the fact that when I started running Metroid 2, I really enjoyed it. Really good set design. And now that I'm not concerned about what my time is at the end, I have a lot more fun, and I really enjoy doing runs of it. To the point where I've been running it on a regular basis for the past 3 months. Since Scrubathon. Ugh. I have a tendency to reset, but I tend to reset within my usual reset window is the first 5 minutes. If I don't reset in the first 5, it's not worth resetting. Except this would. This makes me cry a little bit. But even then, I only allow myself 3 resets. At any given run, 3 resets, then I do a no reset run, typically. Even when I start going for world record. Shit, that might be bad, but pretty much Metroid 2. There are some things that there's just though the big time loss for Metroid 2 isn't a particular trick. I mean, it can be, but for the most part, the big time losses come from getting trolled by the select glitch, which can place walls and cut open entire sections of the game. Which can ultimately cause 15, 30, sometimes even a minute time loss if you don't know how to handle yourself. Which I admittedly don't. But my policy is 3 resets and then a run. Just so I can stay in the best shape possible. Quote unquote. We'll use an exercise analogy there. This game, like this game, like the NES Metroid, does not have a map. You can look up a map, but it's confusing as fuck, so I wouldn't recommend it. So a lot of what you have to do casually is reliant upon what you've seen before and what you haven't seen. But I will make this known, the game is somewhat linear, so unlike the NES Metroid, which doesn't have a map as well, the lack of a map in Metroid 2 isn't terribly... that makes sense. It's not as bad as it could be. Granted, you might get... But... I just recently beat the original Metroid. And I had been working at it for close to 3 years. On and off. I just couldn't. I got confused, and when I got confused, I put it down and never came back. Super and Fusion are difficult games. Zero Mission is fun casually. Speedrunning it sucks like a huge monkey did. Zero Mission is a good game. It takes what the NES... It's what the NES Metroid should have been, honestly. Oh, definitely. Super Metroid is hard, not because the enemies do ass loads of damage, but it's hard because, yeah. Somebody is giving Metroid 2 the same treatment with AM2R, but it's not a officially licensed product or project. So... that was sloppy. A little bit. Depending on how the Omegas go. Could come out ahead. I don't think I'd be losing all 15 seconds, though. I really... would have enjoyed an officially licensed Metroid 2 remake. If they had, I would have hopped all over that train. I don't care if it would have come out on 3DS. I would have bought a 3DS to play it. Which is funny because there's, in my opinion, right now there's nothing I want to buy on the 3DS. Can't get on other platforms. Smash Brothers, whatnot. Animal Crossing I can live without and whatnot, but by God, if they put a Metroid 2 remake, that would have actually been great, having it on the Jeep. Yeah. I was talking with Next Gen the other day, somebody who was here earlier. And there was like an 800,000 unit drop-off from Fusion to Zero Mission. So Nintendo probably decided that, oh shit, that's not good. And it's probably the same reason that there's not another Metroid game being released except Federation, which I'm not opposed to, mind you, but I want a Samus Metroid. I don't mind Federation Force, and I'll probably pick it up at some point, but, you know, Because I actually think it looks fun. Don't like Metro... Prime series, you have to take it for what it is. Honestly. It's a first-person adventure game. So... if you're not into first-person games, then it won't be your style anyways. Yeah. Prime 1... fair enough. Prime 1 is a lot like Super Metroid, except in 3D. So that's the difference between Super and Prime. Super and Prime. They're the same game, essentially, except not on Zebes, and one's, 2D side-scroller. Not side-scroller. A 2D, a 2D, fucking adventure game. And Prime is just a first person. And Prime has a bit more of a story than... shit. That's not gonna... and I'm actually the opposite. I don't care for third. I mean, I like Final Fantasies 13 and 13-3, but that was bad. That was fucking sloppy. That's gonna cost me a lot. If I can stay afloat, I can beat after this. Not like... especially after that shenanigan. But, for example, Skyrim, a game that can be played in third person, I can't stand it, so now I have to play it first. It is, but... but, you know, the reference, it's still there for people who enjoy it. That's fair enough. Fair enough. That was a really close fight. Me personally, when I was, it's funny, the first game I remember playing is Crash Bandicoot. But I like a lot of Super Nintendo. I'm more for 2D side-scrollers and whatnot, platformers. I'm a big fan of... Time to go into the mouth. Yeah. Spikes luckily don't kill you. That would make this game 10 times more interesting, but... Okay, 3 Cycle Queen, 3 Cycle Queen. Yeah, if seriously, if Spikes killed you, that Metro, the third to last larval Metroid would be a bitch. Speaking of Mega Man, we're gonna try to dunk it. Duncan Samus. Fuck yeah! Ugh. 2-second goal. Put my controller down. Thank you! See, I don't have an affinity for Genesis games, honestly. I never had a Genesis. Also, but I was also born into the era where the Genesis wasn't even around. To be quite honest, the Genesis was previous generation. I was born into the PlayStation, N64, and Saturn era. But it's kind of like Space Invaders, except much more up close and personal. I didn't get to experience the joy of quarter arcades. I mean, there's a retro quarter arcade out in a suburb where I live, but or an offshoot of the main city, but ooh, ouch. It's either going to be 1 hour or 59. Take it 50. Fair enough. Can't change everybody's preferences. Or can't have everybody's preference my own. I haven't had enough experience with the Saturn. What I played was not settling for me. So that's where I'm coming from. There is Knights. I played Knights, but I didn't get into it, really.